What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome to the newest episode of the Realistic Rebuilds. This week, I decided to go with a team that's not so much of a rebuild, more so kind of patching over the cracks, try to win a Super Bowl, as we are on a, I think, three or four episode losing streak. We are 2-6. I believe those numbers could be slightly off by 1 or 2, but I'm pretty sure we're 2-6 on the year for Realistic Rebuilds in terms of building a Super Bowl contender. So we're doing the Pittsburgh Steelers, which certainly have some issues to worry about, which is why we're doing them. We're not just like, you know, we're not going to take who's the best, like the Packers or something like that, and keeping it as is and just be so surprised we're able to win the Super Bowl. It's Pittsburgh Steelers, there are some things. So quarterback's probably the most interesting. You don't know what's going on with Ben Roethlisberger. Is he going to retire? Is he not? I kind of hope, for the sake of the series, to make it interesting that he does retire sooner than later. Like, if they make it somewhat realistic, he'll retire in a year or two. Josh Dobbs, you know how I feel about Josh Dobbs. He will not be our quarterback of the future. But what we're trying to maybe do is hit on a QB in the second or third rounds here of this upcoming draft to kind of have the successor for Ben Roethlisberger. In case things aren't working out well. But I actually have no idea off the top of my head how well the Pittsburgh Steelers do play in this sim. I guess we can look here at the actual roster and help us out a bit. But they have plenty of key pieces, more so than any other team we've done, as far as if this has to go a full 5 years, we have a bunch of cornerstones already set. So obviously Le'Veon Bell, 25, he's good for 5 years. We're not going to lose him in any means necessary. At the wide receiver spot, Antonio Brown, I actually didn't know he was 29. I thought, you asked me how old Antonio Brown, I would have said 27, 28. Now he's 29. I mean, AB, he is a 99. He'll stay at a high level. We're going to, you know, I don't know what the length of his contract is off the top of my head. Does it say here? It doesn't know. But I'm pretty sure he recently just got paid, so he should be here for most of the rebuild. Anyways, Martavis Bryant's going to be a key piece at 25. Then it gets a little bit more uncertain, but I think for the means, we might put Juju Smith-Schuster in as our wide receiver 3 to start out. And it looks like in real life, he's starting to carve out a pretty big role with the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, and I believe has taken over for Eli Rodgers in said slot spot. Tight end spot, you got Jesse James. He's 23, 79. You know, there's a chance that he could develop into our tight end for the entirety of this rebuild. Obviously, for most of these positions that we want to kind of lock in and keep with a player for, you know, 3, 4, 5 years plus, you got to kind of hope that they can develop into the 85, like at least an 85, 84, 85 threshold. I think you might get that here with James, but I can't wait to get Vance McDonald's contract off the books. That is a lot of money for a guy that's not going to play. I was still really surprised that they made the move for Vance McDonald in real life, getting him from the 49ers. As far as the offensive line is concerned, Villanueva is not going to be a long-term option, but he's a good safety net until we can draft, potentially hit on a tackle. Same goes with the big Ragu. Ramon Foster, he's 31. He's pretty much near the end. Pouncey, 28, is, you know, he's not going to get any better. My Florida Gator bias says we want to try to keep him as long as possible, but he is a big cap hit, and it's not that hard to find a center. So I don't expect Pouncey to be here too long. But at right guard, DeCastro at 27, he's going to be a key part. He's going to be the cornerstone of this offensive line. So it's good to have that spot on a lock, as he's one of the elite guards in the NFL. Right tackle, again, we got another Florida Gator. I like the offensive line there, Pittsburgh. But at 29, I mean, like I said, the offensive line, definitely we're going to have to rebuild it. But we might not have to, you know, start really worrying about that until maybe year 2 or year 3 of the draft. So year 1, we can more focal in on some of the more key positions, the sexier ones, if you will. So Hayward here, left defensive end, 28. He's 86 overall, again, at that weird, awkward age. I think with Hayward, though, he's not a speed guy. We may be able to have him until he's like 31, 32 and not take too much of it. So that's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out. Stephon Tuitt, though, is a lock. He's 24, 84. What's his dev? Only got normal dev trait, but he's going to be a key piece to our defense. D tackle, you got Hargrave again. Both these guys, nice young playmakers. Hargrave, does he have? You know, these guys have nice developments, but still, you would assume that both these guys should be decent enough that we can roll with. Outside linebacker, there you go, Bud Dupree. I've actually seen Bud Dupree a couple times. He develops into like 84, 85 after a year or two. So he's real nice. So, and he has the quick dev trait. So that is good. And then we have Shazier at linebacker to go with. Well, I mean, Harrison, we're going to play Harrison. But TJ Watt. So the linebacking core here is set. They're running a 3-4. So maybe we could probably look at swinging in another middle linebacker. But for the most part, we have 3 elite guys at the linebacker spot. They have TJ Watt, only the normal dev trait. But I'm not worried about him developing too much. At corner, look, we have one guy. Artie Burns, a meme from Madden 17 for you guys that watch the streams. 82 overall, normal depth trait. That is fine. He's, you know, we got our franchise corner. Outside of that, I mean, you got my boy Joe Hayden. Lots of Florida Gators here on the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's a Gator bias from Mike Tomlin and that staff. You got this guy, Mike Hilton. Never heard of him in my life. I assume he's a member of the Landshark defense that went unheard. I mean, I've heard of Sanquez Golson, but he's no longer there. But there are some young corners. Yeah, there's uncertainty after Artie Burns, but at least we have that Artie Burns. Safety spot, like, here you go. Nothing too set there. But Sean Davis could be something. He's 23, 73 overall. Probably have plenty of opportunities to get nice stats. So we'll see if we can build and develop Sean Davis. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of the defense is looking good. And really on the offensive side of things, the only awkward thing is with Ben Roethlisberger. And I guess kind of to extend Antonio Brown. But we know Antonio Brown is, you know, at the end of 5 years, he might be slow. But as far as the sim is concerned, he'll be 33 and still like 93, 94, something like that. So I'm really not that worried. It's just all about when is Ben going to retire and how we're going to deal with it. So that being said, let's sim to the halfway point here, view number 1, and get this rebuild rolling. All right, so at the halfway point, it's contract time. Lev Bell was on that franchise tag. We're gonna get him back. Even if he hits free agency, we'll break the bank. He is the only player outside of a quarterback that I've seen in Madden 18 win the MVP award. So he is crucial to the success of this rebuild. But then again, you know, you got to think back. Maybe there's nothing we can do. Because remember, when we were doing the Giants rebuild, we tried to get Landon Collins back. And no matter how much money, we offered like $10 million more than the second top guy. We missed out on Lev Bell. So unlike Landon Collins, though, we will use the franchise tag if need be. Outside of that, there's some interesting names. Mike Hilton's 23.76. You got Finney here, 25.76. McCullers 75. But I think with these guys here, we'll let them hit free agency, and you know, maybe there's some guys that are better. If not, we can maybe spend a little extra to try to retain them. But it's all about Lev Bell right now. So let's get him locked up, and let's go to the offseason. All right, so here we are at the end of year number 1, and it's always great to see that. 10-6, we're in the wild card. Obviously, a first-round bye would be better, but a wild card spot, not too shabby. 10-6, Chiefs are an awkward team to play. That is for sure. Taking a look here at the team, more importantly, 10-6, so we got ourselves an AFC North title already in year 1 of the rebuild. Looking at the stats on the year, Big Ben playing nice, 4,600 passing yards, 34 touchdowns, 11 picks, got sacked 60 times, which is shocking considering the offensive line, to be completely honest with you. Running the ball, Lev Bell, 1,500. We'll round that up to 1,600 yards and 13 touchdowns. 5 vultures here from James Conner. As far as receiving is, 88 catches, 1,300 yards, and 15 TDs for Antonio Brown. Exceptional stat line. 765 and 2 from Martavis, 1,006 for Juju Smith-Schuster, 648 and 2 from Jesse James, and we also got almost 500 yards and 7 TDs for Le'Veon Bell. So on the year for Le'Veon Bell, that's over 2,000 yards and 20 touchdowns. We might have an MVP on our hands. Who's the liability on the offensive line? Villanueva with 32 sacks given up. Oh my God, that's rough. Converted tight. He was a tight end when he was with the Eagles. Looking at the defense, we got 127 tackles the second half and 5 picks from Shazier. So tremendous start of the year for him. 11 sacks for Tuitt, 7 for Dupree, 7 for the rookie TJ Watt, 5 for Cam Hayward. The interception front, 5 for Shazier, 3 for Burns, 3 for Hayden, 2 for Davis, 2 for Gay, 2 for Mitchell, 1 for Mr. Watts. Overall, very impressive all around, really outside of the offensive line play. You can't be too upset. So look at the MVP. It went to Aaron Rodgers. Le'Veon Bell coming in number 5. One of these years, I'm going to win MVP. I'm going to have to do a rebuild of the Saints or the Packers with keeping those players on said team. But I'm going to win an MVP award one of these damn years. Is Lev Bell the only not quarterback, though? Well, there you go. Only non-quarterback. I guess that's something we can hang our hat on. Offensive Player of the Year, Le'Veon Bell came at 2. Ben Roethlisberger at number 3. Defensive Player of the Year went to J.J. Watt. We got Shazier at number 3. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we got Juju Smith-Schuster coming in at 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year, T.J. Watt coming in at number 4. For QB, Ben Roethlisberger at number 2. Running back went to Lev Bell. Wide receiver went to Antonio Brown. Offensive line went to DeCastro. Any other ones? No, I'm just so surprised we got best O-line with giving him 60 sacks. I know you can't hold that on Incognito, or DeCastro, sorry. But, I mean, that's kind of weird. DL, we got no one. Linebacker went to Shazier. So I mean, plenty of awards. This is like the most awards I've ever won, and it's in year 1. Unfortunately, no one in the DB category, but all in all, very impressive start to the rebuild. Not so much of a rebuild right now. It's more. Let's be honest. This rebuild kind of does hinge on is Ben Roethlisberger going to retire or not. But that is for something later to discover. Right now, we have the wild card game against the Kansas City Chiefs. We're just going to play the moments, let it all hang out on the line, and hopefully move on to the divisional round. All right, here we go. Kansas City Chiefs, let it go. Let it go. And I just got a breaking news on my Twitter as I'm recording this. Adrian Peterson got traded to the Arizona Cardinals. And even though after I called that out, I made that prediction after seeing half of the first game for the Saints that he should go there. Oh my God, let's go! 14-7. I'm not gonna lie, I actually said that right after David Johnson got hurt. With everything knowing, but I'm an absolute genius. I'm a genius. We're down 17-14. Come on, team. It just, I don't know, man. Something's funky. Something's funky with this whole simulation stuff. Offense should be doing better than this. I feel like our offense should be doing a lot better. It's Andy Reid in the playoffs. Like, we're settling for field goals left, right, and center. We got the ball. 4th down. And we fail! Very surprising that we're able to fail it. And I guess that's the new thing here with the sim, that it just kicks you out right away. So there, we fall in our first attempt at the playoffs. 27-20 to the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not really surprised. The sim's not really that great this year. So, that being said, it's now time to go to the exciting part, the offseason and free agency and the draft in year number 1. Alright, so the Raiders beat the Vikings in the Super Bowl, so the Chiefs didn't do a damn thing, even though it probably pains them more to see the Raiders get their divisional rivals and such. It is now time for the offseason. And look at the free agents, man. Not a lot here for our team. I mean, we don't have a lot of holes, but we're just going for depth, guys. So we're going to try to get Legatron here as our kicker. Bo Allen as depth. We got Ron Elliott, I believe, depth. Polarity starting punt. I mean, it's a punter. We probably could draft one if we want. Calvin Pryor is depth at safety, but there's no real upgrades at starter. I mean, we could look at the offensive line. I mean, Villanueva was terrible. It's probably the worst player on our team. But again, it's another one of those. At least 1 point. If this goes a full 5-year rebuild, it's the mantra of a 5-year rebuild. At least one of those draft classes you got to dedicate to going all in on the O-line, and we've been able to nail the offensive line more often than not. So yeah, let's go to the drafts, see what we can do. Get a couple starters here. Alright, so after the draft, I kind of hate the way it played out. I had a bunch of prospects I missed out on because of the way I went after the first round pick. So we ended up getting a really good QB I couldn't pass up. He had A- throw power, A- short throw, B+ throw on the run. So we went out and made it Baker Mayfield, 81 overall QB, quick dev trait. I mean, the awareness actually is decent for that. Usually, like, you see a stat like this and you see like a 50 awareness, you know you have something special on your hands. But we decided to make it Baker Mayfield. It was a toss-up. It was either between Baker Mayfield or Mason Rudolph because I wanted to try to keep it along. We're picking in the 20s. I mean, Sam Darnold wasn't going to go there. Josh Rosen, we've already used him. Lamar Jackson is for a different type, different scheme. So I think Baker Mayfield is an interesting pick that we're going to roll with as the eventual successor of Big Ben. I'm going to guess Big Ben's going to have a year or two. This is a gamble. We put all our chips in the fact that we have no idea when Ben Roethlisberger is going to retire, and we want to think for the future. And we're definitely not going Josh Dodge. Maybe we could actually flip Josh Dodge for a couple picks. The second round, we got center here with quick dev trait, 78 overall. We made it Billy Price. The offensive lineman in this year's draft class was ridiculous. Basically, if you get an O-lineman that's over a 6th grade, he's going to be like in the mid to high 70s. I had 3 at every position, and because we went QB, we didn't get to land on all of them, which is a little disappointing. So we got this guy, Parrish Ponder, 75 overall right tackle, normal dev trait. We got a decent looking safety here, 4th round, 71 overall. 5th round though, actually we'll show you. We shanked it in the 7th round to show you that I'm not perfect. Even though my draft classes usually look pretty fire, we're not perfect. But I think our 5th round pick here, who we made Mitch Hyatt, the tackle from Clemson, 77 overall. Wait for it. Superstar dev trait. I think he was like number 11 overall in terms of total value, slipping to the 5th round. This is one of the best draft classes I've seen for offensive linemen, and I'm a little disappointed that I only got 3 of them. We didn't get any of the guards really that we wanted, which kind of sucks. But overall, man, we got 3 starters you would figure for the future. Billy Price will probably take over for Marquise Pouncey. Maybe we'll slide him into guard or something like that to get him starting. Hyatt, we might be able to make him our starting tackle over Villanueva. And then again, we have to wait and see what happens with Ben Roethlisberger. So that being said, let's jump into year number 2 and see what happens. Alright, so here we go as we get ready for year number 2 with the Pittsburgh Steelers coming off an AFC North title win. Team looks pretty much the same. I would say broke even in terms of talent that we lost. On the offense, like I said, we have to wait and see what happens with this QB situation. We threw Dodds up on the trade block. You got Levy and Bell, Antonio Brown, Smith-Schuster, Martavis, Jesse James at tight end. Offensive line remains the same outside of Billy Price and Mitch Hart. The left side of this line is going to be rookies. Billy Price actually an upgrade over the big Ragu, so we threw up Ramon Foster, on the trade block. And then we have Hyatt here starting a tackle. I'm expecting, 30-some sacks probably given up. Defensive front looks good. Artie Burns is now sitting at 83. Tuitt's at 87. Hargrave 83. I mean, I'm very, very happy and satisfied with our defense for the most part. Like right now, we can probably add a middle linebacker too. We can land in a corner and maybe a safety. So there's like 3 guys. Other than that, man, Hayward is getting up there in age a little bit. Other than that, this defense is set for the remainder of the rebuild, which is a good thing to say. So we just continue to focus on the offense here a little bit. But yeah, let's go and do the damn thing. I'm real worried about how many sacks Hyde's going to give up. But he has that superstar dev trait, so with how the game hole works out, I'm confident that even if he gives up a bunch of sacks, he should develop into a decent tackle with all the XP he'll earn, which I guess could be an issue within itself with the Madden and how the sim works. But that being said, let's pop in. We'll stop at the midseason point. If there's any contracts we need to talk about, and then we'll go right to the offseason. All right, so here we are at contract time, and we're going to spend a lot of money because we have 4 players that are kind of not necessarily crucial outside of really Ryan Shazier, but very integral to my vision for how this rebuild is going to go. So we have Ryan Shazier here, wants $44 million. Martavis Bryant, 26, wants 28. That's actually not that bad. Bud Dupree wants 28. I know he develops into a monster. And then Jesse James will be the kind of guy on the outside. If we can't re-sign Jesse James, it's not a big deal. I'm going to try to. 15 mil's not too bad. But these first 3 guys are pretty crucial for us. As I was just saying at the top of the video, man, our linebacking core is looking on some serious OP shit. So let's try to do that. We're going to retain these guys at all attempts possible. Let's go to the offseason. Hopefully the postseason. All right, so we are at the end of year number 2, and as you can see, we did not make the playoffs. It doesn't look like there's a lot of negatives. So I guess everyone's kind of even keel, 8-8. Oh, we finished below the Browns. That's a problem. 7-9, so we're 10-6 a year ago. Now we're down to 7-9. Do we make the switch to from Ben Roethlisberger to Baker Mayfield yet? Big Ben on the year. I mean, that's not terrible. The sacks are not great. 4,400 yards, 27 TDs, 19 picks. For running, we got 1,500 yards, 19 TDs for Lev Bell. AB had a big year, 90 catches, 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns. Martavis did not. Jesse James had a decent year, 700 yards, 3 TDs, 803 for Smith-Schuster. Lev Bell's a monster, an absolute monster. What is that, 15? 26 touchdowns and 2,000 total yards. Le'Veon Bell's a beast. As far as offensive line is concerned, no sacks given up from Pouncey or DeCastro or Price. 28 for High. Oh my god. Hopefully that superstar development trait will kind of bail us out here a little bit. On the defense, we got 107 tackles. Shazier, who we were able to lock up. TJ Watt, 105. 101 for Vince Williams. On the sacks front, we got 11.5 Tuitt, 6.5 Cam Hayward, 5.5 Bud Dupree, and 5 for TJ Watt. And for picks, we got 5 from Shazier, 2 from Davis, 2 from Artie Burns, 1 from Vince Williams. So again, secondary did not perform. We're gonna have to retool that secondary, as I mean, Joe Hayden's at his wits' end, I believe. Taking a quick look here at the yearly awards. MVP went to Aaron Rodgers, with Le'Veon Bell coming number 6. Coach of the year went to Dan Quinn. In the AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Tom Brady. Ben Roethlisberger at number 5. Like, Lev Bell at 3. Ben at 5. Like, can we really? We need him to retire. Like, it's going to be one of those things where he's going to be here the entirety, and then we're going to have to panic like year 5 and put in Baker Mayfield. But I don't know. Defensive Player of the Year, we had no one. Offensive Rookie of the Year, no one. Defensive Rookie of the Year, any of your Pittsburgh Steelers, no one. Best QB, we had Ben Roethlisberger coming at number 6. Best running back went to Le'Veon Bell. Best wide receiver, we have Antonio Brown coming in at number 3. For best offensive lineman, David DeCastro at number 2. Best D-line, we got no one. Best linebacker, we got Ryan Shazier, coming to number 8. DB, we're not going to have anyone, I don't think. Nope. Okay. So, yeah, again, we have to wait and see what happens with Ben Roethlisberger. I think he'll probably play for one more year. Baker Mayfield's sitting at 84, so he's been able to develop a little bit. Hyatt's 82, Billy Price 83. I'm feeling all right. There's still some little bit of XP that needs to be spent, but for the most part, I'm feeling decent. I'm feeling myself here. So let's pop in the offseason, and we'll see what happens. What's latest with Ben Roethlisberger. All right, so here we are in the offseason. The Patriots won the Super Bowl. Just, quick spoiler alert. Again, not a good free agency period, man, for what we need. Looking at stuff like Delaney Walker, Vic Beasley, who we signed the last one. He's not a scheme fit. We don't need a running back. I mean, he's old. We got Dunlap. He's old. Alex Smith, we don't need a QB. So what we have done, we've only placed a bit on one guy, Eric Armstead, just for depth. His case, is it Casey? Cameron Hayward, Ironhead. He's 30 years old. At least Armstead is 25. So when Hayward starts to regress, hopefully we can just slot Armstead in. Plus, he's just solid depth that we had on the line. But outside of that, man, another disappointing free agency period. We're going to need a hit on this draft class. But now, with less emphasis on the offensive line, and we don't need to get a QB, I have a couple prospects lined up. That should be nice. Looking at our team, maybe we can land a right tackle. That's probably the only offensive lineman we need. Outside of that, just secondary. Get a strong safety, get a corner. Let's do it. All right, so here is our draft recap. We have a good back end. The top end, not the best we've had. So in the first round, pick 13, we got another offensive line. We got to build this O-line. This team is going to run through either, it doesn't matter who's at quarterback. Looks like Big Ben's coming back for another year, be it Big Ben or Baker Mayfield. It's going to run through Le'Veon Bell. So we need to make sure we build up this O-line. So we got Will Clapp, the guard from LSU, 77 overall as a rookie, which will allow us to keep Billy Price at center. He played guard for us last year. So I think right now, we're looking pretty good in the offensive line. We probably won't have to touch any more until, in the draft, maybe 6th, 7th round. There's some studs there to build up some depth. We got a 75 overall wide receiver, normal depth trait in the second round. We just left him as is from UAB. Oddly enough, we'll talk about a guy you probably already saw in a little bit. But we only have 3 wide receivers on the roster: Antonio Brown, Martavis Bryant, and Juju Smith-Schuster. So I think Juju's a 76. So 75 adds some good depth to the wide receivers 4 spot. We needed a corner. We absolutely needed to get a corner. And this was the only guy I had scouted. And he looked not great. And we took the roll of him, and he's a 68. But we have to get a corner on this team. And there was nothing in this year's draft class. In the 4th round, we got a 76 guard here. Normal dev trait. 5th round, we try to go fullback. This guy looked like he'd be one of those 80-plus fullbacks. Ends up being a 71. But look at this. In the 6th round, we got a wide receiver. We made it Terry Godwin from Georgia. But he was actually from UAB. So he was the partner, I guess, of Bennett Peterson from UAB. Once defunct, now existing again. But we made him Terry Godwin from Georgia. I know this is where I try to kind of distance myself from my Florida Gator bias, because we are using a Georgia Bulldog. I think Terry Godwin is pretty damn underrated. So we were over generous here when we gave him an 82. So this should give me a free pass from people that are like, oh, stop using Gators. Look at this. I made a beast, a Georgia Bulldog. And then the 7th round, this guy here, corner, another flyer, ends up having quick dev trait, 74 in the 7th round. One of the best value picks we've had. I don't know if he's going to play a whole lot. We did have to cut Joe Hayden to free up some salary cap. So, our corners are looking weak. The corners are looking really weak. Hopefully, it won't burn us too bad. And year 3 free agency might have a guy. Or I'm not going to lie. We're going all in on scouting corners for this year 3 draft. But hopefully, we can make another playoff push. And who knows what happens once you get into the playoffs. So let's jump into the season now. Alright, so as we get ready for year number 3, I'm making a statement to this team. What we do, because we always send them to the halfway point, look at the contract and stuff, I'm going to look at my record at that halfway point. And if we're not have a winning record with Ben Roethlisberger, I'm going with Baker Mayfield for the second half of the year. This is really do or die. We're not going to disrespect Ben. We're not going to cut him. But we will have to make the move to Baker Mayfield. The time is now, what's Ben, 38? Things are done. Look at our team now. We have Terry Godwin in the slot. So we've definitely improved on the offensive side of the ball without a doubt. Billy Price is starting at center now. We have Mitch Hyatt looking to improve himself. We have Clapp, the rookie, starting here at left guard. And DeCastro and Gilbert. Like I said, we have this Ponder guy, 78 overall. He's 25. Maybe he'll be good enough cover for when Marcus Gilbert starts to slow down a little bit. I'm not worried about really anything on offense, to be completely honest with you, outside of Ben Roethlisberger not succeeding, having to make that QB change. Defensively is another story. We have a 73, a guy that we drafted, I think, in the 4th round last year, starting at free safety. Our linebacking core is looking pretty damn good. Could use another middle linebacker. We had Tyler Matakevich, the beast from Temple. His rating kind of sucks, but I mean, overall, our linebacking core is really good. Sean Davis is developing into a nice safety. He's 81 overall. We have Artie Burns, who's an 84, sorry. Our base 3 is really solid right now. Tuitt and Hargrave are going to be 2 guys that are going to be with us for the most of the rebuild. Hayward's getting up there in age, but that's why we got Eric Armstead in free agency. And we're going with the 7th round pick as a starter, trying to pull a Jalen Mills here and see with that quick dev trade if he can be a serviceable option for us. But as you know, we need to get another corner in the draft, and we need to get a safety. They just weren't there this year, which is kind of annoying, kind of frustrating. And we missed out, actually. We need another middle linebacker. There was a 7th round linebacker that I was really looking at getting. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get it. I probably butchered that by taking the fullback. He ended up being a 77 overall for the Jags, which is kind of frustrating because he would have been a good fit there. But either or, that will be the plan. We're going to send him to the halfway point. Things aren't working. We're going to make a change at the QB spot. All right, so here we're at the halfway point. It's kind of we're going to stick with Big Ben. He has the +1, so he's playing really well. We're 5-3, right in it for the AFC North. It'd be, I think, kind of stupid to move now, but Big Ben is set for his contract to expire, and we'll get a good gauge here. He wants a 1-year deal, 20 mil. I don't think we can give it to him. I mean, look at the guys we got to bring back. Sean Davis, Artie Burns, and Hargrave. These are the priorities. Gilbert and Big Ben. I don't know. This is where we need a live stream. Should I bring back Big Ben, or should we just go? We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna make it a big last hurrah, and then we're not gonna sign him now. Maybe when free agency starts, we can make a go back on our decision and try to get it in. But we're gonna let both these guys. Marcus Gilbert hasn't even been playing well for me. We're gonna sign these 3, and if it bites us in the ass, it bites us in the ass. But we're gonna let Gilbert and Ben Roethlisberger hit free agency, and maybe, depending on the market, we might have to overpay to get them back. But that'll be, we have to do that. But right now, we're just bringing these 3. All right, so here we are at the end of year number 3, and we have a bye. Of course, here we try to give up on Big Ben. He's gonna go off. We have a bye. Big Ben got the +3. I think he probably went off if I had to guess. 11-5. We got the AFC North title, so that's 2 AFC North titles in 3 years. Looking good, but not so much in the playoffs. Oh my God, Big Ben went off. 4,700 passing yards, 38 TDs, 13 picks. Baker Mayfield getting a little bit of action here. I think we're probably at the bring. It'd be idiotic not to bring back Ben Roethlisberger. I don't know. Lev Bell, 1,500 yards and 11 TDs. James Conner got 9 touchdowns. As far as receiving, 105 yards. Learn how to speak, C4. 105 catches, 1,600 yards, and 16 TDs for Antonio Brown. 851-5 for Martavis. 863-4 for the rookie Terry Godwin. We get 8 touchdowns here from Jesse James. 500 yards, 4 TDs for Lev Bell. How'd the offense do? Billy Price, no sacks. That's nice. Clapp gave up. Okay, everyone's starting to play better here on the offensive line. On the defense, we got 131 tackles from Ryan Shazier. We have 15 sacks from Tuitt. He's been an absolute monster. 8.5 from TJ Watt, 5.5 Cam Hayward, 5 from Bud Dupree. And for interceptions, we got 5 from Artie Burns, 3 from our rookie, I want to call him Johnny Townsend. Looks like the Gators punter. Justin Towns from Oklahoma State with 3 picks. Shazier with 2, Dupree and Davis both had 1. Looking at the year-end awards, MVP went to Aaron Rodgers. Ben Roethlisberger came number 3. Still have yet to win an MVP award. This is a little annoying, to be honest with you. Offensive Player of the Year. My God, the Jags are looking monstrous. Leonard Fournette's already up to a 98 overall. Holy shit. Ben and Lev come in at 3 and 4 respectively. For Defensive Player of the Year, Shazier coming in at number 5. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Godwin coming in at number 2. And Culliver, I don't even know who that is, to be honest with you. The fullback, probably. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Justin Towns, our 7th round pick, coming in at number 4. Best QB went to Big Ben. I'm going to have to bring back Ben Roethlisberger. Best running back, Lev Bell, came at number 2. Best wide receiver went to Antonio Brown at number 1. Best offensive lineman, David DeCastro, has been a monster for us. That's it. We only got 1 of them? Come on. Best D-line, we got Stephon Tuitt coming in at number 3. Best linebacker, Ryan Shazier didn't make it. Okay. Oh, yes, he did. He did number 10. And for best DB, Artie Burns coming in at number 2. things are looking all right. Things are looking pretty good. We have a decision to do at the quarterback spot, but hopefully we win the Super Bowl this year. And I'm going to tell you right now, if we somehow win the Super Bowl this year, we'll do at least 1 year with Baker Mayfield as the starter quarterback because he is kind of the big name we have used in this rebuild. But going to next week, who we're playing in the divisional round, of course, it's going to be the 10-6 Patriots. I don't know, do they still have Tom Brady? Do they still have Tom Brady? We'll check this real quick. Real quick. All right, they have no Tom Brady. We might have a chance. All right, so we were divisional round against the Patriots. We're gonna pop a Barrett. We'll step in if they absolutely need it. But I mean, the sim has not given us any like we've had a dominant offense, right? And like I'm expecting them to fall flat in their face. But we'll come in if they need it. I don't know if they fixed the missed extra points. The big patch came out. I don't think it was included, but I haven't seen anything yet. All I'm seeing is very lackluster play from the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Third down, red zone, kick the field goal. Okay, that's sealing our fate. Is it? Third down alert. Is this team gonna equalize? They have to settle for a field goal, and then the Patriots go all the way downfield and end the game. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Have you guys had any luck with the play of the moment sim? Like like last year it was predictable. Like we just got stomped. Last year it was predictable, but this year, okay, there you go. We're not getting Ben Roethlisberger back. How can you have that performance in the playoffs? We're going Baker Mayfield. Thanks for sealing. Only good thing about that sim right there is it made our decision at the quarterback spot that much more apparent. Even though Ben Roethlisberger was QB of the year, 141 yards with Antonio Brown and Martavis Bryant against a bummed up Patriots team. Unacceptable. But the other story is, I guess this is a little feedback. Last year in Madden 17, the play the moment sim was like, all right, it'd be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You just have to know there are things where, like, if you give them time on the clock, they'll probably score, and knowing when to go for it on fourth down in the fourth quarter. This year, it's just not competitive. It's like the game's punishing you for not playing it. I don't know. We've not had a lot of good success here. That's why we've lost like the last 4 rebuilds, because playing the moments is just, it's brutal. But that's the way we do that's the way we committed to doing these rebuilds that we do. All right, well, let's jump into year 4 here, or are we in year 4? Year 3. I don't know what year we're in. Rick and Morty. Can Rick and Morty tell me what year it is? Let's just go to the next. All right, so here we are in free agency, and once again, I haven't found a good safety or corner that looks like it's going to be available to us during the draft, but we got some first-timers here. So first we're starting with Vernon Butler, just for depth. Now, Jatavis Brown's interesting. So Deion Jones available at middle linebacker. We've used Deion Jones before, and just the thought of a Deion Jones, Ryan Shazier middle linebacker core is interesting. But in the idea of not trying to duplicate players, at least this early in the rebuild, I want, biggest thing, my biggest gripe with other people that do rebuilds is they use the same, core group of players every video. So I'm trying my best. And Jatavis Brown, it's unique. He's built to be a middle linebacker. I'm pretty sure he played middle linebacker for the Chargers when they had a 3-4 defense. But I don't know if he's going to sign with us because they're just going to, view it as TJ Watt. He's going to be a depth guy. Hopefully he can, because we'll move him into middle linebacker. And it's a different name. We have Kendall Fuller from the Redskins. Somehow got superstar dev trait, and he's an 87. So we made sure we overbid on him. And we overbid on Jatavis Brown as well. And then Sua Cravens. So I've said in the past I don't want to use players that I've previously used. And we've signed Sua Cravens once before. I can't remember what rebuild. Let's see. I have everything. I read everything down. So we signed Sua Cravens to the 49ers. Keanu Neal's available as well. But when we got Sua Cravens, we moved him to the linebacker spot. Here we'll be keeping him at the safety, so it's a little bit different, and we're not doubling up. I hope we can get at least 2 of these. Kendall Fuller's the biggest one without a doubt. Having Fuller, Burns, and Towns as our 3 corners would help us out a lot. But, you never know what things are going. But we made sure we overbid on these 2 guys. So let's simulate to the draft. I'll bring it up with an update on our free agency status. And then we'll get into year number 3. Number 4 is 2 years from now. Thanks, Rick. Pickle Rick! Alright, so as far as our free agents, we were able to get Fuller. We were able to get Jatavis Brown. We were able to get everyone outside of Sua Cravens, but we already got them before, so I guess, it's water under the bridge. As far as draft is concerned, probably one of the weakest drafts we've been able to have here at any point of the rebuilds. First round pick, not so bad. We got Vincent here, a 76 overall corner. I don't know what we're gonna do with free safety right now. Maybe we'll see what corner is the highest to go there. I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no idea yet. But we just went best player available, so we get a 76 corner. Second round, we get a 70 overall safety. Third round, 69 corner. Fourth round, we got depth on the offensive line, a 76 center, Dylan Norton. So that was a good pick there. Fifth round, 69 overall. Sixth round, 73 overall tackle. Seventh round, 69 D tackle. I mean, was not a good draft class for us by any means, even though, you know, if this was last year, maybe it would have been all right. But 276s, I guess it could be worse. We could have just hit on all duds. But yeah, not the best of draft classes, but we had an exceptional free agency class, which should balance things out. So now, let's pop into year number 3. All right, so we are at the beginning of year number 3 with a new era beginning with Baker Mayfield, the Baker Mayfield era. But the offense outside, I mean, it's only, I think Big Ben took a regression down to an 86, so it's only a 2-point swing, and will be better for the long run, at least for the remaining 3 years. 2 years. 3, 4, 5, yeah, 2 years. There we go. Good math. Canadian math. We have Lev Bell, 99. Antonio Brown's regressing, but he's still a 94. Godwin, 84. Bryant, 85. Jesse James here is an 83. Ponders an 86. Our offensive line is looking good. So our heavy investment in the O-line is working really, really nice. We did with Will Clapp. He had 37,000 XP. So we went out and bought him a superstar dev trade. So our O-line is set. We're looking real good there. As far as defense, better. We're looking much better. Front 3 stays the exact same. Tuitt's up to an 88. R.D. Burns and Kyle Fuller, 2 87s at the corner spot. We brought in Jatavis Brown's a free agent. He's now an 85 middle linebacker. We're still going to roll with Montgomery at free safety. Could be better at free safety, but all in all, defense is much improved. Offense is without Ben Roethlisberger, but it's only a 2-point hit. I guess Antonio Brown's getting a little bit up there in age, but I'm expecting us to be competitive again. Hopefully, we can make another playoff push. So yeah, we'll start with the midseason point. If there's anything we need to talk about, and if not, hopefully another postseason berth. All right, so here we are at the midseason point and contract negotiating time. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of money, but you know, with no Ben Roethlisberger on the books, we're gonna be able to, you know, at least should be able to put our best bid forward to retain T.J. Watt. We don't have a replacement for Cam Hayward. He wants a 2-year deal. That's not too bad, so I think we're gonna retain him. Outside of that, these guys pretty much are gonna be gone. But when you have to drop upwards of $90-some million on one player, it's good that you don't have to retain a whole bunch of these guys. I've seen our record. I'm not gonna spoil it. Things should be good. We should be able to continue into the postseason. Baker Mayfield is working. Interesting. Okay, dog. I'd like to introduce you to my friend Franchise Tag at the end of the season, bitch. Alright, so here we are at the end of year number 3. And look at that. First round bye, baby. Baker Mayfield up to an 88 overall. Got some nice XP to spend. Maybe enough to get him up into the 90s. O-line, I'm telling you, building the O-line actually worked out this time, as these guys are still, look at that, 30-some thousand, 20. So everything's looking good. And the old man Antonio Brown's getting the plus there, as we got another AFC North title as we went 12-4. Look at the season stats. Baker Mayfield, first year as a starter, 4,600 yards, 37 TDs, 17 picks, a little high with the picks. Look at that. That is elite protection for our quarterback, making him, you know, being able to stay in the pocket and make those throws. Lev Bell, a beast, 1,600 yards, 13 TDs. 98 catches, 1,200 yards, 13 TDs for Antonio Brown. 883 and 3 for Martavis. 1,009 for Terry Godwin. 620 and 6 for Jesse James. 540 and 3 for Mr. Le'Veon Bell. As far as sacks are concerned, look at that. No one with more than 10. Look at that. 3 for the left tackle. The left tackle always gets picked on. Mitch Hyatt's a monster. As far as defense, 119 tackles from Shazier. We got 10 sacks, Bud Dupree, 5 from T.J. Watt, 5 from Stephon Tuitt. We have 5 picks. Montgomery, our weak link in the secondary, with 5 picks. 3 for T.J. Watt, 2 for Towns, 2 for Burns, 2 for Davis, 1 for Fuller, 1 for this guy, Reed Heddleston. So yeah, I guess you could say getting out of the quarterback wasn't great. We only had one guy in double digits, and T.J. Watt. Maybe the contract negotiations. No, we're actually, you know what? I like the botch word better. The contract negotiations is not going well with TJ, so we'll just hit him with that franchise tag. But we got that first round bye, baby. Look at the yearly awards. Deshaun Watson won the MVP. Baker Mayfield coming in at number 3. I don't know, man. I don't know if Baker Mayfield's going to be the guy to get us our MVP, but maybe. With that team we have around him. Offensive player of the year, Deshaun Watson. Lev Bell at number 2. Mayfield at number 4. Defensive player of the year, we have Bud Dupree coming in at number 8. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we had no one. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we had no one. No wonder, it was a terrible draft class. QB Mayfield, hey. Running back Bell, hey. Oh, Tyler Lockett bumping out Antonio Brown for the hat trick, but nice to see AB there. DeCastro once again, maybe the most dominant offensive lineman we have seen in any rebuild. That's we've done 3 years. He's been first 2 years, and he was second the year that we didn't make the playoffs. Whole offensive line makes it beastly. Defensive line, we got no one. Linebackers, we got Bud Dupree. And for defensive backs, Lincoln Montgomery coming at number 2. Now he's a 70. He better have some good XP, or at least got like a dev trait boost or something. But he's been playing really, really well. So there you go. We got our first round bye. So we might as well, you know, reap the rewards and see who we're playing in the divisional round. Kick our feet up on the bye week as we get ready to take on the 8-7-1 Raiders. I'm going to say if we lose this game, the sim's broken. I'm about to come and say our sim is broken because more often than not, like it seems like 85% of the time we're losing. So let's pop in this game against the Raiders. Hopefully we can get into the AFC Championship at least. All right, here we go. Divisional round against the I don't know what the hell. They're a basically 500 Raiders team. We got Baker Mayfield now at the helm. And we're looking like we're pretty solid. And so far, I mean, I have not seen the missed extra point glitch. So that's a positive. They actually fixed something in Madden. On the not timely matter, that should have been not ever passed through the final stage of the game if there's any quality control. But hey, I'll take it. We're moving the ball really well. It looks like we might actually squeak out with a victory. 28-14. This is a matchup from the 70s if I've ever seen one. John Madden going up against, I can't remember the damn name for the Steelers coach. That's embarrassing that I can't remember. Chuck something? Chuck Noll? Chuck Noll, was it? Oh my God, there's a hurting. Baker Mayfield's the god. Baker Mayfield is the god. I guess it looks like Le'Veon Bell actually took over. Mayfield, a touchdown, a clean game. Lev Bell, oh my God, almost 200 yards and 2 TDs. Throw it up for Lev Bell. As we're going to the AFC Championship, fellas. Let's go. All right, here we go against MVP winning Deshaun Watson and his Houston Texans. Is this year 4 or year 3? Like, I really hope I'm not messing anyone up right now. I'm tripping balls. I don't know if this is year 4 or year 3. I'm going to have to double check here. So they have a turnover. Looks like they're rocking and rolling a little bit. And we had another turnover, it looks like. I want to try to limit my influence on the game, but I think we may have to come in. Antonio Brown got hurt. That looks excellent. Exactly. Hey, 14-14 ball. Okay, you know what? We're playing. We're going to get in this game. We got to get at least... Oh, never mind. There we go. It seems like there's always a turnover in the third quarter. That's robbing our team. So, we'll see what we can do here in 4th and 5. 4th and... What is this? 4th and 5 here. We have 7 turnovers on the game. Maybe that's why the sim's been robbing us blind. God damn it, man. Come on. And he drops... drops a wide open pass. What's the flag? Holding? Was I beyond? Oh, it was a legal pass. Whatever. When the sim gives 7 turnovers. 7 turnovers in the game. 7 turnovers a game for the 12-4 team. I don't know what to tell you, to be completely honest with you. 7. I don't think I've ever seen 7 turnovers in a Madden game in my life. And that's back when I was like 10. What happened? How are these turnovers happening? What do we have? We have 3 picks for Mayfield. We have 3 picks. What are the other turnovers? Who else had fumbles? No, I don't know. I don't know where that number came from, but disappointing. I have no idea if we're getting ready for our 5th and final year or not. I'm going to have to check out of this. That's disappointing. Man, to have that happen to us. Now I'm starting to understand why we're not winning the Super Bowl more in these rebuilds when the Sim's giving us 7 turnovers when we have a 94-95 overall team. If this next year's year 4, we'll just go as if it's year 5. I think I'm going to get a little bit more influence in the playoff games. I'll tell you that for sure. Might be a little bit more work on my end, but I'm sick and tired of losing to this bullshit. So let's pop out, find out what year we're going into, and we will go into that year. All right, so we are in fact going into year number 5. Oh boy, does time fly while you're having fun. Dalvin Cook's a 99. We don't need a 99, unfortunately. I thought it was signing Justin Houston and converting into a DN, but he's just too small at 258. So we have TJ Watt, who I decided not to go franchise tag. And I think we're going to bring in Cam Chancellor. We'll move Sean Davis to the free safety spot. Have Bam Bam Cam. At least, he's slow, but the 89 should reflect well in the sim and help our team get over that damn hump in year 5. And what I'm going to do is I mean, obviously, we're really good. We're on the top teams in the NFL. So I firmly expect us just to not make the playoffs for some reason. But if we do, I'm going to just cut it up into a highlight type thing. I'll just play offense only. So that way there, we're not going to have 7 turnover bullshit. So yeah, we'll go right to the draft. I honestly, this might be the worst draft class I've ever seen coming up. But we'll do that, and then we'll hop into year number 5. All right, so getting a quick draft recap. I mean, yeah, wasn't terrible, wasn't great. First round, 80 overall. Let's be honest, that was a pretty good draft. First round, we got Malcolm Chandler, left defensive end. He's an 80 overall. We're just filling in the gaps right now. All of our starters are as is, so I just went for depth. We needed a backup QB, so we got Malcolm Go-Lucky, who's a 74 overall. We botched this one here. We went with the Combine Warrior. Wasn't very good. We got beast wide receivers yet again. Lynn Spain, kind of going the mold of a Lynn Swan, Steelers legend, 80 overall. The 5th round, get another wide receiver, 75 overall. Quick Dev, Tani Quinn, I don't know. 6th round, we got 76 strike tackle named Harris Dowling from Mizzou. And then we got Le'Veon Bell's brother. We'll just go with that. Or cousin, perhaps. Delancey Bell from Washington State. Good speed, good burner, as we needed another nice little threat there. Overall, not a bad draft class. I mean, anytime you get a couple 80s, a couple guys over 75, it's not terrible. Definitely not terrible. But, I mean, these guys aren't going to have any impact whatsoever. So now it's time to pop into year number 5. All or nothing Super Bowl or bust territory. I picked the Steelers because I thought it'd be an easier team to rebuild to give us a win. You know, give us a Super Bowl win. Now that is in the balance. All right, so here we are. All or nothing. Year number 5. And, I mean, we have the Aaron Rodgers treatment here for Baker Mayfield, sitting behind a veteran for a couple years, and then we get thrust into the spotlight, performs really, really well, entering his 2nd year as our starter. We still got Lev Bell, weapon. Wide receivers, I mean, Antonio Brown is old, but, I mean, for the most part, no one below a B grade. The weapons are there. We're going to do a dive on the offensive line as the last thing, because this is, without a doubt, the best offensive line we've been able to have. It's not even close. I was thinking about maybe for the title of the video, make it best O-line in Madden history. I mean, who gives a shit about O-line? It's going to definitely be someone Baker Mayfield. What's a good click? I need a couple arrows pointing to Baker Mayfield being the next Aaron Rodgers or something. But our corners are looking good. Our front 3, I mean, Hayward's getting up there in age. But, I mean, you know, no one below a B grade, which is solid. 2 A- corners. We brought back Watt in free agency. Our linebackers are on fire. Really, really solid defense. But here's what I need to show you guys. I can actually do it from here. Cool. So, left tackle, Mitch Hyatt, 93 overall. Superstar dev trait. We have Will Clapp, 92 overall left guard. Superstar dev trait. His backup, Cruel, 86 overall. Superstar dev trait. Center, Billy Price, 90 overall. Superstar dev trait. DeCastro, 94 overall. Quick, not guy we drafted though, so that's the only reason why. And then Ponder, this guy who took a flyer on, 95 overall with superstar dev trait. This is, with Le'Veon Bell, if we don't win the Heisman this year, or the Heisman, talking like we're in NCAA, if we don't win the MVP this year, something is wrong. But it is that Super Bowl or bust season, so to set our season goal for Mr. Mike Tomlin, make it to the Super Bowl, bud. Come on, let's go. All right, so we are at the end of year number 5, and look at that, we got the bye. We got the bye. Lots of greens as expected. 98. He's up to a 98. I should have made that guy a guy. I wish I modified him when I didn't know he was gonna be done. I think he was like a 77 when we drafted him. Monster. 15-1. 15-1 on the year. I will take that. I will absolutely take that. I'm kind of afraid to even go see what that. Oh my god. I'm kind of afraid to see what that loss is. Baker Mayfield, 4,700 passing yards, 46. He's like an 88. There we go. Dallas Cowboy treatment. Give a good offensive line, and the quarterback's got to excel. 46 touchdowns, 10 picks. Only got sacked. I think getting sacked 12 times behind that O-line is a little bit more worrying than anything. That is absolutely insane. Lev Bell, 1,700 yards, 19 touchdowns. His brother, Delancey Bell, got 11 TDs from him. He doesn't care that he got vultured a little bit. As far as receiving is concerned, 114 catches, 1,500 yards, and 14 TDs for Antonio Brown, who, you know what we'll do? Actually, we'll take out the record books to see where AB is at. Godwin, 907, 908 for Martavis, 506 for Jesse James, 503 for Lev Bell. As far as blocking, who was the weak link here? Look at that. What do you call it? We only gave up 3 sacks from the offensive line. Defense, 109 tackles from Shazier. We have 13 sacks from Tuitt, 10.5 Watt, 10.5 Hayward, 6.5 from Bud Dupree. 6 picks, Cam Chancellor, very valuable acquisition from free agency. 5 for Burns, 4 for Fuller, 2 for Shazier. Let's do this first. I probably would forget about it. Where is Mr. Antonio Brown? On receiving yards, he's number 3 all time. I don't necessarily know if he's going to play another year or not, but we could definitely get him to that top 2 spot. As far as receiving touchdowns, he's, what, I don't know how many, 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, there's 10. So he's 6, I don't know, 6 or 7, 6, we'll go with 6. 117, sorry, career touchdowns. As far as catches is concerned, look at that. Just one hell of a career for Antonio Brown. And looking at the yearly awards, MVP, Baker Mayfield and Lev Bell. Baker Mayfield and Lev Bell, 1 and 2 in the MVP race. How can we find a way? And Aaron Rodgers all the way down to 10. How can we find a way to lose in the divisional round? I don't know. Did we get Coach of the Year as well? We might as well show that. Coach of the Year, Mike Tomlin. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Le'Veon Bell. Baker Mayfield at number 2. Defensive Player of the Year, we got Ryan Shazier at number 5. Tuitt at 7. Fuller at 8. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we got Delancey Bell at number 2. Just Steelers everywhere. Lynn Spain at 10. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we had no one. Best QB, Baker Mayfield. Best running back, Lev Bell. Best wide receiver, Antonio Brown getting the 3-peat. Best offensive lineman, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. Defensive line, Tuitt at number 5. Best linebacker, we got TJ Watt at number 8. Best DB, Cam Chancellor at 1. Artie Burns at 2. Fuller at 6. How? Do we even get it? Oh, no, the kicker didn't get any love. I'm going to say the game's broken. If we don't, at the very, like, I guess anything can happen in the Super Bowl. If this team here within the sim, like I said, I'm going to play offense only, so I have a little bit more influence on it, because there's no way I'm going to let it happen. But you know, with this team in the sim, we would lose in the championship or something like that to, like, the Jags. Something ridiculous. But let's see who we're playing in the divisional round here real quick. We are taking on the 9-7 Bengals, so we got a rivalry game here. But yeah, we will be controlling the offense. A little bit more work for me, but this team deserves to be in a Super Bowl. I wish there's a way. Is there a way here while we're doing this? Just give me 1 second to see what our team's overall is. We're at 95. 95 overall, but I guarantee our offense is 99 or something crazy like that. Anyways, let's pop in this game against the Bengals. Oh, let's go Lev Bell. Oh, Le'Veon Bell takes the last option. Well, I mean, when you have Le'Veon Bell, he's never the last option. But there you go, opening half touchdown to start this one out. Offensive line, man, this O-line, Steel Curtain 2.0. I'm gonna call it that. That's their name. That's their moniker. Look at this. Just, oh my God, send that dude to the nether realm. Gets a TD. Let's keep it going. Oh. I didn't think AB had that speed anymore. We gave him the benefit of the doubt. And Baker Mayfield showing off that arm, as that should be enough to get us over the finish line and into the AFC Championship. AB still got it. And there we go. Big time victory. I don't know who that is. That's a new coach. 42-21. We'll let the sim do a little bit of the business, but we controlled more on the offense. And we'll have 5 TDs on the day for Baker Mayfield. 116 yards for Lev Bell. 134 for Antonio. Feeling good. We're feeling great. AFC Championship time. All right, first to go on the 6 here in the AFC Championship game at home against the Tennessee Titans. What do they got for us? What do you got for us? Why do they keep putting a spot? Look how much time I have to throw this damn thing and just eat a sack because no one wanted to get open. That was good. That's a good defense by Tennessee. How about we try to run it in? Let's see if we can punch it up right up in their damn jawline. With Lev Bell's brother, Derek Bell. I can't remember his name, but I like him on there. We're gonna go no huddle. I like that speed. Lev Bell, I don't know what Le'Veon's. He's still a 99, but he definitely probably has like low 80 speed. Let's punch it in here with our O-line. Hey, it wasn't even good blocking by the O-line. He still gets in. The Bell 2.0, I guess, or times 2. Bell squared, getting us going here in the AFC Championship. All right. End of the game. Outside of that, we just let the sim go. I feel pretty confident with the sim. 34-10, and your Pittsburgh Steelers are heading to a Super Bowl. Look at the stat line here. Baker Mayfield did not have his best game. No turnovers, though, where Mariota had 2 turnovers. We ran the ball. 167 yards, 3 TDs for Lev Bell, and we saw the Delancey Bell really, really nice touchdown run up in the red zone. We're Super Bowl bound, baby. Let's get it. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the ticker and you already know who we're playing. You probably know that already in advance. Is it Philly? I think I might saw the Eagles. I don't know. Get me out, man. This game sucks. Don't play this game. You can't have a better team than what I have. And we had 1 touchdown for us, 1 pick against us. The rest was the sim, and the sim decided 42 to 14. How to not make so people are upset in the I'm not gonna be angry. I don't want to make you guys that sat through this disappointed, but yeah, it's been persistent, man. You know my thoughts of this game, and I've seen so many people, like last year, Madden 17, most common thing I got tagged in on Twitter was people have with sick draft funds and stuff. This year, it's people just saying they've built an incredibly overpowered team and they get murked. They get murked in the playoffs to inferior competition. I mean, the Seahawks aren't bad, but that kind of it's Madden 18. You know, that's what it is. I'm not gonna try to get angry. I already know right now of this game, I'm gonna have to cut out a whole bunch of it because I'm just swearing. I wasn't even planning on putting the segments of me just playing earlier in the drives and stuff like that, right? Like stuff I'm not even gonna edit into it. I'm just swearing. This game is so frustrating to play. But it's Madden 18, so I'm gonna try to channel my anger, channel my negativity, and you just gotta shrug your shoulders and say it's Madden 18. Madden 18 should become a meme from here on out as something that's bad. You don't say something something's bullshit. You don't say something is poorly made. Just say it's Madden 18, man. That you just see dollar store. When you get dollar store quality, it's Madden 18 quality. That's what I'm gonna start, because this game is so bad. We've won 2 of our rebuilds. This is another L. We've lost. Let's see here. The Jets was episode 1. We lost that. We won with the Cleveland Browns. We lost with the Kansas City Chiefs. We won with the 49ers. And since then, we lost with the Texans. And we have a Super Bowl loss in that one. We lost with the Giants. We lost with the Bears. We lost with the Colts. And now we lost with the Steelers. I don't know. I'm honestly going to continue to do these because I'm just, I'm difficult that way. But I don't know what team. We need to win one. So do we just do the Patriots and try to win it year 1? So it's a team. I don't know. I honestly have no idea where to go from here. So let me know in the comment section below, because honestly, I have no idea. I'm glad that I get to go play some Overwatch, some Halloween update, because I need a break from Madden yet again. I feel like I said this 3 weeks ago, that I needed a break from Madden, and that's what a bad game does. But yeah, thank you for watching. As always, it's your boy C4 saying subscribe. Definitely leave a comment for what I should do next for a rebuild. What team is idiot proof, I guess. Even though I built up an insane roster here, I'm speechless. The fact that we're unable to win a Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't know. Catch you guys on the next one. I'm just so frustrating. Peace out. What's going on, everybody? And before we jump into the video, I'm going to give you guys a quick sneak peek of what has been going on lately with my YouTube channel. YouTube is roughly flagging 40% of my videos incorrectly, and really the joy of working on YouTube has been trumped by the anxiety that I have to check YouTube every 3 hours or so to see if I'm getting robbed or not. Green means good, yellow means bad. So what I have done, inspired by the leap taken by my boy PC to combat the adpocalypse, I have started a Patreon page. It's something that's been suggested before. I've never felt the need to do it, but now, man, things are getting pretty rough. So the Patreon page is linked in the video description below. There's a bunch of awesome perks for you guys to be able to get involved with videos and the channel like never before. If you feel like supporting me there, I will be forever grateful, and it'll allow me to continue to make daily content for you guys. Thank you guys very much, and enjoy the video.